Sunup on 7. My name is Renata Samuels Khan.
And I'm Courtney Menzies.
And it is May 25th, and we're super excited because we have a range of different topics to go through because we have what? Baby beef and big beef that's coming up with a Monday morning beef to serve up for you properly. But what else do we have up our sleeves, Courts?
We have It's at Steam Academy, who's going to be on our couch talking about their upcoming art exhibit, so stay tuned for that.
All that and so much other exciting conversations for you today, but you know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section, make it live, interactive, and respectful. Of course. Shall we get... It's a little late rebooting. Shall we get to the couch, Panda?
Let's do it, Panda.
Ya sé lo que te manda. Nunca le diga que no el panda. Anda, 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 anda. Ella es la más tranquila que manda. Anda, anda, anda.
I've come to find that the truth isn't what we were told. So where
To everybody on
do
Sunup.
I seek the answer that's worth looking for today? Just in time,
And he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on the
show that we're on
wall.
right now. Tell me, this
You
is
and
one of your favorites.
I were the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been
The
happening
world
over the
that we
weekend.
see
So
may seem that will never change. They say,
White people
but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me
And just like that, we're getting ready to prepare ourselves for the weather courtesy of the Belize Met Service as well as traffic courtesy of Smart.
Good morning. Mainly fair conditions prevail over the country. And in the 24-hour forecast, skies will be sunny with cloudy spells today and then mostly cloudy tonight. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated during today. And then for tonight, a few showers or thunderstorms and periods of rain are expected mostly over the south and coast. High temperatures will reach around 89 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 96 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and then 83 up in the hills. Low temperatures for tonight will reach around 79 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 72 inland, and then 68 in the mountains. Winds over the open sea will be from the east at 10 to 20 knots, with sea conditions being moderate. Then low tides occur at 12:23 this afternoon and at 12:11 tomorrow morning. High tides at 6:24 this evening, then at 6:26 tomorrow morning. The sun will set at 6:21 this evening, then rise at 5:17 tomorrow morning, while moonrise is at 1:50 this afternoon and moonset at 1:57 tomorrow morning. And now for the extended forecast. There will be cloudy spells with generally isolated showers or isolated thunderstorms, mostly over inland areas on Tuesday afternoon, then over the south on Tuesday night. Next, we have the fire risk forecast. The risk for forest and brush fires will decrease going into tomorrow as shower activity is expected for tonight. And finally, we have the sargassum update. There is a possibility that a few more sargassum mats could drift ashore during the coming days, resulting in moderate impacts on beaches across the country. And this has been this morning's weather report from the National Meteorological Service.
Just like that, guys, we are back and we are on the couch for beef with baby beef and big beef. Julisha, How you doing this morning?
You know, I'm surviving.
You're surviving.
I'm still standing.
You're still, but you're technically sitting. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And you're
Symbolically.
here. We have about 9 topics.
We'll
Did you
speed
all
through
pick
them.
Did you pick every single one of them?
Everything is prepared for me by John Briseño or Stuart Leslie.
Oh, so you're still with the party?
Yes, I'm with the party totally. I'm a paid functionary of the government of Belize. Every Sunday, Stuart Leslie or John Briseño directly sends me a list, and then those are the things I
I'm
talk
really glad
about.
that you got back your job because I know that you
Yes.
were fired and then there was a
I've
whole
been
investigation.
rehired because the Prime Minister is traveling so much without any public
They need
notice.
to smoke.
They need to bring me back in.
Yeah, they need a
I need to bring me
spokesperson.
back
It's
in.
only right. It's only right.
Yeah.
So this is our press conference right now. Julie
Yes,
Carter.
exactly. I'm having the Prime Ministerial press conference. Just for the avoidance of doubt, because people are crazy, that was a joke.
Yes, guys.
They don't know what a joke is.
Because men, people.
Yes.
But without
yes.
any further ado, let's dive into because we have 9.
9. Let's go. Push.
Let's talk about Baldy Beacon land.
You know the Baldy Beacon land is proof that left to their own devices. So that's about the Beacon training area. Left to their own devices, politicians would sell their mother's bed and leave her to sleep on the floor. During the ignoble and unhappy regime that prevailed in the Ministry of Natural Resources, and we have the list of all the lands that were sold, the Baldy Beacon, long known as a public space. I accept it may not have been that. It may have been parts of private estates. I accept that. But it has been sold off. So what we know as Baldy Beacon forever as a BDF training area, or formerly a British training area, is owned. And I think we have the list, gentlemen. We have the list of the various people who own the land in there. I think that we'll see a good number of our Mennonite brethren. And I'm not saying I don't have an Elvin. We see Elvin Penner, of course. Those are the acreages right there. And I concur with what Elvin Penner says. In his name, he only acquired one piece from the government while he was in office. I can assure you it was not in exchange for the Citizen Kim scenario, because Citizen Kim happened after that land was acquired in 2011. It was just the everyday sellout that pertained during that era. Sellout of Belize's patrimony that became par for the course in those days of UDP's first term, called Make We Eat.
To grab up everything.
Make We Eat. That's why the UDP famously almost lost in 2012 because of the venality on public display. So here's the issue. You have the Baldy Beacon training area, previously used by the British, inherited by the BDF. But they never formalized it. It was based on the assumption that, well, everybody knows this, that the BDF training area. But that is good for a time before the rule of the kleptocrats. In the rule of the kleptocrats, they would sell their mother's bed and put her to sleep on the floor. And that is what was done. All those lands in the training area, in the traditional training area, which nobody said, everybody knows this is the BDF or BATSUB training area. There's no need to formalize it in a title. It's like,
It's understood.
yeah, it's like the BDF camps. May not be a title held by the government of Belize, but everybody knows that that's one BDF camp. You better put that, you have to nail it down, because in the time of the kleptocrats, they will sell anything that is not fastened to the floor. When they don't sell that, they will come back around and unfasten it and sell sell everything you have secured as well. So this is a situation that the BDF finds itself in. If they want to reacquire those lands at current market prices, it will be in the tens of millions, not ones of millions, tens of millions
My gosh.
to reacquire those parcels of land. So the BDF is in quite a pickle, so to speak. Now, as regards the entire incident with Elvin Penner removing the explosive materials, I don't know if he will be criminally charged. I think we have the footage from last week, guys. I don't know if he will be criminally charged, but I can say that the BDF have turned over the information to police. It's certainly within the political interests of the PUP to criminally charge him, although he is a dead man. He's not even a dead man walking, he's a dead man sleeping. His political career has been over for so far, and I really have, I will say I have a lot of regard for Elvin Penner's approach in this, because he ain't done dead. And I really appreciate his candor, his availability, and his acceptance that he is a walking dead from a political perspective. I find that refreshing. Because those who don't know they're dead, then turn prime minister in their head. Right? That's a whole other story. But my point is that I don't know if it can be because of the dispute over the land ownership, and there it is in his truck. I don't know if because of the dispute over the land ownership, it will be easy to establish that he was in the wrong or committing some act of theft. But we will see if he is charged. As I say, the PUP is desperate for a distraction on any count. So while the Elvin Penner has no association with the UDP, no enduring association, it's certainly within the political interests to cause him embarrassment. I think that's how I ended up with that video clip, which I'm happy to have received. But I'm just saying that it's in the interest to cause him political embarrassment, and don't ever forget that what the political directorate wants often has an effect on what the police do. This is a practice as old as time. This is the story of Belize's independence. There is political meddling always in the policing matters.
Always for convenience.
But the bottom line on this is Baldy Beacon gone.
Gone.
The man would have sell them bed, and if you want to buy back your mother's bed, it's gonna cost you like the God bed head you to buy. Moving on.
So customs confusion over transfers.
Yeah, so the Minister of the Public Service, we reported some time ago that this circular had been sent out. I think it was on the I have the date here, on the 29th of April, saying that we wouldn't do transfers this year, and the PSU jumped up and supported it, and transfers are often done for punitive. But you see, these things are a little bit more tricky. Customs transfers. There is a little tug of war over this. I want to be very clear. The Minister of the Public Service, I believe, made this decision without the approval of the cabinet, for sure. But I believe also without the say-so or the consent of the Prime Minister. Customs transfers are important. or they are closely watched. Customs, police, etc. But customs are closely watched because the Americans are watching a portion of the customs transfers. The Americans want to know what's happening at the northern border. They're very concerned about movements there. So those transfers have to go through. Now there is a countermanding of the decision taken by the Ministry of the Public Service. The Ministry of Finance is saying these transfers for customs are going through. They have already received the intent to transfer, but they have not received the confirmation because of this circular which has caused confusion. But it is not the prerogative of the Ministry of Public Service to approve or give final disapproval for transfers. Once the Ministry of Finance says the money is there, the transfer is going through, let the transfer go through. And I think there is some degree of tension between the Prime Minister's office and the office of the Minister of Public Service. Now, everybody is supposed to have a meeting, a sit-down meeting, the FinSec, the Controller of Customs, and a representative or the Minister or the CEO for Public Service. That's supposed to be early next month. But the transfers should go through by the end of the month. You cannot give too short a notice for the transfer. Even though the intent was given probably in March, you cannot give too short a transfer. But there is a single customs officer that is at the center of all of this haul and pull. And this customs officer, the Ministry of Finance wants him transferred. And there are those who feel that the Ministry of Public Service does not want the officer transfers. So this entire kerfuffle between these two powerful ministries appears to some to be boiling down to a haul and pull over the trajectory, the career trajectory of a single customs officer. We have to see how it plays out. If we had, if we could speak to the Prime Minister for more than a few minutes at a time, we could ask him. But, we caught him last week and it's limited time. I mean, if I whipped for 2.5 hours, I was reading some odd comments when he was on air. My goodness, I hope those are false. I may need to breathe after that. But I'm just saying he was on there for 2 hours taking all. I think he would have preferred to sit with us for an hour rather than have to face those things in the comment section. My goodness. I'm just saying, but I receive a lot of negative comments as well, but not quite that type. My point is that these are questions that the Prime Minister has to answer. And I say it's of import. It's minor administrative, haul and pull.
Yeah.
This is life in government. But I say this because the Americans have an interest. Belmopan, the embassy in Belmopan, I believe, has made it clear to the government. And one thing about Mr. John Briceño, he does not want to run afoul of his partners in the North. So shall it be written, so shall it be done. Josemai, you say Josemai what? Bye-bye, Josemai. Bye-bye in a minute. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, so we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, in terms of they're having a meeting, or they're supposed to have a meeting in early June, and we'll see if these transfers go through. But it's a lot of transfers. It's over 100, I believe, transfers that Ministry of Finance is intent on pushing through, and Ministry of Public Service is like, well, let's re-examine it. But the Minister of Public Service, from what I'm told, is acting on a lark of his own without a highest executive approval in doing this. So we shall see. It bears watching.
And let's continue on with what's happening with PUP. And let's look at the messy municipal slates and what's going on with there.
It's a mess in Corozal. There is a haul and pull between the current mayor. Rigo, are we able to show his flyer? Rigo Veos, the mayor from 2018. Well, he says 2019. He lost the math, and he says 2019 to 2021. But it's 2018. Let me, for the record, correct him. My dear brother Rigo. 2018 to 2021, 2021 to 2024, 2024 to 2027. He's going for his fourth term, the president of the Mayors Association. But Thea Garcia has her own candidate. She's the area representative for Corozal Bay. So we have Miss Rogers, who's her candidate. So Shahari Rogers, sorry. She is running also for mayor. And so there is open dispute in Corozal between the mayor and the area representative. And we shall see over the coming months who has clout, who has greater clout. Now, conventional political wisdom. A 3-term mayor should not have to face a convention if he or she wants to run again. But the PUP in pushing out the former area rep for Corozal Bay, Courtney, Elvi Vega, the PUP in pushing her out already set a precedent to make way for Thea. So then don't set a precedent. So conventional wisdom, a 3-term mayor should not have to face a convention. I will make a large and sizable bet, 2 Coke 0. That I usually bet only 1. I'm willing to bet 2. That there will be a convention. And let us show how fractious it is becoming. That there is a okay, yeah, you can show that screenshot. No, I want to see the screenshot. Yeah, we'll see the screenshot right now, but it is an internal PUP post. Yeah, so it's an internal PUP post. Yeah, that lower part, can we see it? So that guy, he posted his thing. This is a PUP group. I'm a part of so many PUP groups because I'm a big PUP. So in this group, they said, okay, so they made a mistake with the then Neri Ramirez, who is Neri Ramirez, who is Tea's husband, says, on challenge, because if you see the flyer says undefeated.
Yeah.
And then Neri says, and then the great Narda Garcia, my hero and my boss. Scroll it down a little more, guys. Narda says, agree. Neri. On challenge. So, undefeated, on challenge. Now the man has faced a UDP challenger at every convention. And then let us show how his council is divided. One of his councillors has defected. One of his councillors has already declared her support for Shahari. Are we able to show that post? Show her name, please. I believe her name is Leslie. Scroll to the top. Leslie Rodriguez, yes. After many days of deliberation, prayers of guidance, so I finally decided to submit my application for a councillor. So she's a current elected councillor. So my stand today, comes as a surprise to many. You know my story for the last 3 years in office. That indicates that she's been struggling. So she says that youth representation must not be limited at the table. Is Rigo limiting her? Should be taken into account and placed into action once valid. We're all vibrant young leaders, and we must never, full caps, be seen as a threat to those who have been at the table. Not at the table, at the trough, because they have been feeding the fattened pigs of PUP corruption. PUDP corruption, extend it on one. So, you could show me the rest of our posts, big man? Yeah, I think there's one more picture with the candidate herself. Do we have that? Yes, there she is. With that said, I declare my support for Team Rogers. That's the challenger, Shahari Rogers, as I showed you. As I place my hand under the banner, I place my trust, etc., etc. So, she's a current councillor in Rigo Veos' councillor, and she has defected to the opposing team. The Prime Minister just said last week in his long soliloquy on the whip, the PUP morning show, long but inspiring.
Of course.
That he said that, the mayors and the reps have to get along. Well, it ain't being done, brother. These guys are in open warfare in Corozal, and it's a real power struggle.
Yeah.
It's a real power struggle to test the Garcia's level of support in Corozal. In my opinion, Thea Garcia is a national figure, and I think that she has more to lose than Rigo. Rigo has won 3 elections, and he's discounted a year from his own term. That's how big he is. 2019, I never needed 2018.
Count that.
I'm concerned if a mayor doesn't know how long he's in office.
Yeah.
When I win, why 2019? It feels like it. Anyway, my point is, it's a power struggle, and Thea has a lot to lose. First, we have to see if they will agree to a convention. I think they will. And if they go to a convention and Thea's candidate loses that convention, she's in trouble. I will say this, if I had to bet, I would bet on the incumbent. I am not from Corozal Bay, but I would bet on Rigo holding his seat. But, I only bet 1 Coke at a time. So, yeah, I'm no one to judge. But it's really a mess, and it will be a mess in other areas as well. I believe Belize City will be interesting. Hopefully there is a convention between Alan and the chosen one, Eliud.
And also we have Dr. Pitts too as well, remember?
I don't know if she is going to do it. I believe her family members posted that on her birthday. I think she would be unwise to do it.
Okay.
Yes, she has topped the polls in the past as a counselor, but I don't think that who am I to judge, but I don't think that she has, I know we tried to interview her last week, and she declined. She was at an event where we were, but I think that she would be unwise to do it because I don't know, having lost the shine, which I think reserves a special asterisk in political history, right? Having lost the shine in Mesopotamia, I don't know that she is. I don't know, man. How is she any better than Alan? Alan lost to Sister B.
Yeah.
So, if she would run, I would think it would be interesting, but I don't know if she has the support within the party because you have to understand these parties are patriarchal, right?
True.
And the lone man, a man.
Even on the council, they only have 2 women represented, so yeah.
Right. So I'm just saying, any political party is kind of a power mafia, and I don't know that she has. You see, let me explain to you.
Okay, yeah.
I want to say it as plainly as possible, forgive me. Any jackass is electable on a city council slate. It's called the Philippi principle. Right? Okay. Let me explain. Once Cordell Hyde, Anthony Mala, Gilroy Usher, Francis Fonseca, once these big constituencies, Freetown, Lake Eye, Pickstock, Port, once these big constituencies that are controlled by the ruling party, once they get behind you, that era rep bring out the voters.
Yeah, that is true.
That is what it's about. So you could literally put me, I'm not a J.A., I'm a Jawbone. You could put my first name, Jawbone Jules. Or you could name her Big Thief Vasquez, whatever you want to name it. Right? You could name somebody, whatever. I am a thief. Put it there. And they will still win.
Wow.
That is the logic of municipal elections in Belize City, where there are so many constituencies.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
And that worked for UDP for many years when they controlled big seats like the Colette constituency, the Port Loyola constituency, and then they brought in their smaller seats. The UDP's problem in Belize City is that it only controls the smaller seats right now. Mesopotamia, Albert, Queen Square. Then I can't win no city council for you.
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't really matter who to run. It's just a face. You see what I'm saying? It's just a face. So unless you have the support of those area representatives, you can't win. And that is something that these guys, Alan and Eliud, have been cultivating Eliud famously has Freetown behind him. I believe he fancies himself to be the Freetown man in waiting. I don't know that he is, but I'm just saying that and Alan, it is presumed, may have Lake Eye behind him. I don't know. That's a difficult one because Eliud is triple blessed. You see, he married into the family of the deputy prime minister as well, Cordell Hyde. His Eliud's wife is Cordell's niece.
Yeah.
Right? He's triply blessed.
Yeah.
He's triply blessed. His father-in-law is the mayor. His
Uncle-in-law.
uncle-in-law is the deputy
PM.
prime minister, right? And he's Francis Eyeball, or fancies himself to be. I don't know. So I'm just saying it will be interesting to see what happens in Belize City as well. Moving on, quickly.
The missing public funds and the lack of urgency to hold anyone accountable.
Listen, Immigration Department, Belize City, tell the children the truth, please, as quickly as possible. I verily believe, based on information, we've been reporting that there are at least 800 fraudulent transactions, and 200 fraudulent transactions, 800 at $200 each.
Okay.
Sorry, 800 at $200 each,
Okay.
roughly 160,000. It is more than that. It is treble that. It is close to $500,000. And the Prime Minister just wants to wash it away. It happened on your watch, Mr. Briceño. The buck stops with you. You can't just say it's a matter on an investigation. No, sir, it is a live matter. The issue is that the cashier, I believe, who is at the center of the suspicion, has long departed these sunny shores and is in a very windy city. That is what my friends in America tell me. He's in a windy city far from this sunny shore. I am just saying, Elvis has left the building. We don't need to start talk the truth and tell people how much money went and who is responsible. Because what concerns me is there's a pattern of behavior. Niche, 45,000 minimum, because there's no admission, no disclosure of how much. Then Carnival Band, the cry out the road. I think we have pictures of the Carnival Bands receiving Ali money in May. In May of this year, the Carnival Bands received $20,000, a piddling figure for the tens of thousands. We could bring that up, guys? A piddling figure for the tens of thousands of dollars and the man and woman hours they have to put in. There's a picture that's on May 6th. Everybody happy? $20,000. At least $45,000 was stolen, was misappropriated, embezzled from the National Celebrations Commission. We want to know, Albert Vaughn, we want to know who signed those checks. Was somebody's check forged? Was somebody's signature forged? Who authorizes expenditure? There is a culture. Because Niche and the Freetown constituency have become almost reflections of each other. When you say Niche, you say Freetown. When you say Freetown, you say Niche. Because it is so, I won't use that unkind word like infested. That would be very unfortunate. Because it is so populated by members of the Freetown constituency. There is, I believe, based on information I've been receiving for a long time, a culture of laxity. Because once the Freetown got through, Niche's funds are to be used for the preservation, enhancement, and exposure of our culture, our arts, our history. It is not to be used as a political grab tub for the Freetown constituency. I understand how politics works. I understand how politicians work, that various institutions throughout PUDP history have been used as areas where they can siphon money towards their constituency. And the justification in the politician's mind it's going to the people. That's for the people. But not so with niche, because there are such specific needs in culture. We think of the carnival groups who, in their exasperation and fatigue, had a press conference earlier this year complaining we need more support.
Yeah.
Right? What we go through is so extraordinary. The punishment we go through trying to put our groups together. 20,000 support, great. But when 45,000 or more, because we have received no official accounting,
Yeah.
goes missing, and I agree it happened in 2023, and nobody knew. But when that goes missing, that means uno got that for give away, uno got that for throw away, uno got that for throw away. So then throw it pan we then. When you do not account, when you do not disclose, when you do not tell the truth, and the truth eventually comes to light, or a semblance of the truth comes to light, you are exposed as being you're exposed as undermining the public interest.
Yeah.
So there has to be full disclosure. Who authorized it? Because there are only certain people who can sign national celebrations, commissions, checks, or authorize payments. We're talking about, I don't know who who did it for them, but in the past I know it's like the president of NICH, or the minister, or the financial controller. I want to know did one of these persons sign? Was their signature forged? Who is responsible? But you say we can't tell you who's responsible.
Yeah.
Because when you say free tongue, you say niche, and we're protecting everybody.
Yeah.
We're protecting everybody. It's a club. We protect everybody. Once you're a PUP and in this constituency, we protect everybody. And the culture in the UDP is the same. It's really very sickening, and I think the carnival group should be very upset. If you could just make 45,000 go like that, minimum, then I insult me by giving only 20,000 and make everybody smile and laugh at that. Moving on.
So more
Oh, and we also remember the 20,000+ missing from the police department.
Yeah.
I demand that our good friend and the officers were transferred as a consequence. Hopefully we get an answer from it, but the commissioner of police has to answer. Why weren't criminal charges brought? Or is a criminal, it's stolen from CIB? Who will investigate?
Yeah.
Will criminal charges be brought? But there's a pattern of behavior, you see. Thief big, thief small. No, these little acts of thefts are likely not done by ministers or elected officials, but the people in the public service or public officers are doing it. But why? Because they know what you to do up there, or they have a sense
Yeah.
that you to eat ripe mango up there. We must could pick a leaf green mango and eat it. You to eat all the ripe mango at the top, dog. Make a eat a leaf green mango.
Cut it up and eat it at least.
You see what I'm saying? It's the culture that is created.
But speaking of police, let's talk about the more suspect police promotions that are taking place.
Yes, we missed that in the line. Did we? Yeah, we did. But it's perfect, it's timely. You know, Courtney, the other day, when it came into the news, the police officer who was caught on camera beating, on a surveillance camera, hitting, hold on, don't come to that yet. We'll come to that very shortly. The police officer who was caught on camera hitting the child and the mother, and the charges were dropped. The name of the police officer?
Philip Garbut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, PC Philip Garbut.
We just know so many Philips.
A great sound
I
and
wanna go
fury was heard from the mouth of the commissioner of police. We will not let it happen. We not encourage it. You do encourage it, sir. You do encourage it. You very much do encourage it. You want to know why I know you encourage it? Or no, only make that big pronouncement because you don't get catch. But there is a culture, one second, there is a culture of abuse in the police department that, if left unchecked, walks right past. I don't want to single out Corporal Wilbert Cobb, seen here in this video. Roll the video, guys. Seen here in this video at a Benqueviejo nightclub. He was hitting the woman he was with inside. Then he caught in a big fight outside. Down goes Fraser. But I think there's another portion to the video, perhaps. I'm not certain, but you can see in the video, or there's another part of the video, I don't think we have that part here, where he is holding the woman around her neck. He's being dragged out of the club in the first part of the video, which I don't think is in this one. But in the first part of the video, he's dragging a woman out of the club, holding her around her neck. He got promoted to sergeant post that event. But you see, that one did not create the furor that was created with E.C. Garbutt. That created a stink. And the commissioner made all these glib and hollow remarks about we are zero tolerance. You all are not zero tolerance. Only zero tolerance when you get catch. So after this unfortunate event, this embarrassing event, this gentleman still received a promotion to sergeant. The promotion process, as I have been pointing out, is riddled with corruption. It is rife with rewards for dirty deeds done cheap. I will bring back the fact that multiple officers whose name I have received, multiple officers whose names have been sent to me as being involved in the Budna abduction. I have sat with learned police, gone over the video, and looked at the images, and we have determined who is most likely who. Almost to a man, these officers have gotten promoted. Many of them, the super majority, if not the totality of them, without having to pass the requisite promotion requirements, which is taking the tests, going for the interview, etc. They get it as a reward for their silence, as a reward for their complicity in the criminal abduction of Joseph Budna. Until the state confronts this reality, the police department and the government of Belize will continue to be mired, will continue to deepen its complicity in an illegal, transgressive act, transgressive against the national interest. I pray that someday the Prime Minister will wake up and say, just make we tell the people the truth and let the truth be told, though the heavens may fall. Though I don't believe they believe in the truth. But I want to speak about the officer who was named in there by Joseph Budna, Barry Flowers. This raises two subjects. First, the abuse of cyberbullying, the cyberbullying legislation by Chester Williams. He was called out for it in court by the senior magistrate. This is not a law to be abused for your administrative purposes. The fact is, why Barry Flowers ran afoul of the then Commissioner of Police. He made a post under a Channel 7 news story, a very insulting post.
A comment, yeah.
To the then Commissioner of Police. I'm sorry, not a post, a comment.
Comment.
Thank you, Courtney. Because you know I'm not too good with the Facebook. He made a comment that raised the ire of Chester Williams for the third time. He brought a cyberbullying charge. Nonsense! And the magistrate upheld it. I have to caution them because they like abuse laws to punish people free speech. Now, did he violate from a disciplinary perspective? 100%. Should he have been brought up on disciplinary charges? Yes. There's a social media policy for police, and that is 100% unacceptable. But to use and misuse this cyberbullying law to penalize someone for breaking their internal police code is wrong, regrettable, and the new senior magistrate at Trinidadian called out the former commissioner of police. He said he was at a meeting and couldn't attend. He's abusing the court's process as an officer of the court. He knows better. He didn't even attend the hearing at court. The magistrate was right to throw it out and to call him out because public officials have to be called out. Josemai had issued a blanket threat. When something was published about him in a Mexican online thing about cartels, etc., and some local blogs, news blogs, reposted it. And they sent out, do you remember the release where it said his name 11 times? Josemai, minister of etc., 11 times. And they threw out a blanket threat, cyberbullying laws, on not try and muzzle people free speech with that nonsense. But I want to get to my friend Barry Flowers, who I deflamed, according to him. Deflaming, I want to explain. Deflaming is a process when something is en fuego, something is too hot, and you take away the flame. That is then deflamed. It is not a criminal act, but it is a kind act. No, but I spoke to Barry Flowers. He was very good to call. I wish we could have a longer conversation. But he didn't want to talk about the Budna matter. Didn't want to tell me who thief Budna. But, he has been, the reason he's not on active duty is because persons in the senior command believed that there was enough evidence. The acting commissioner at the time, Bart Jones, is the one who made the decision to put him on administrative leave because he felt the man had been identified. And there was enough evidence, apparently not to charge, but enough evidence to say, you need to go in timeout. And that's why he remains in timeout. But I pray that my good friend, Mr. Flowers, will call me again. Let's move on. Quickly. We're going through that one quick.
National Bus Company struggling to shake the status quo.
National Bus Company is struggling to shake the status quo. You say expectations are higher when they took over as a National Bus Company. And the performance is the same or worse. And the reason it is worse is because, as I have said before, people don't have the sense, the employees don't have the sense of ownership and accountability that they once did. We have an employee who has to catch a bus every Friday. So upon Friday, when they expect to come, we don't know, then tell them, we don't know nothing about this company. And they are employees of the company. No, I understand. In every endeavor, you will meet people, who are not optimal employees, but there is a culture. And I've been speaking to employees. There's a culture of frustration or a culture of like, this is enough of we thing, then just impose this my way. Now, the bus situation was far from ideal. It was atrocious. But that it has maintained, that it continues to be, are we able to show some images, guys? That it has continued to be, I want the one with the standees. Yeah, show them nasty AI one. Yeah, boy, then chance, man. Louis Zabanet, National Breakdown Bus. I do not support that AI image. Although if somebody made an AI image like that of me looking with a six-pack, I would not. I would kind of accept it as fair criticism. Like, it's not that bad. But I want to show the next image because the next image is a telling image. Look, if you can zoom in on that, there are standees, and what are they forced to look at as they stand? Zoom in on it, guys. They are forced to look at no standees permitted. I'm just saying that has pertained for decades. That is the status quo. But when people see it now, in the context of the National Bus Company, they find it insulting. Then I'm like, man, this is the same R. This is the same R. We don't just put on different name paint. And that's a real challenge the National Bus Company is facing. Status quo performance are a little off status quo due to lack of employee ownership, but expectations are up here because of what you promised. And so, it's a tough time. I'm sure they'll get through it. We have no choice. They are virtually a national monopoly. But by the time, I think the minister said they plan to buy some diesel buses, and next year get some more e-buses.
Yeah.
Courtney, you've been in the
bus,
electric
yeah.
bus.
Yeah, and it was nice. I think the UDP brings up concerns of like, is it okay for the climate? What happens when it rains? But these are obviously things that are taken into consideration when the buses are being made. Nobody gonna make bus and say, oh, well, what electric bus I can't stand up in the rain? Like, hello, it's 2026. But so it was a nice ride, smooth ride, sleep like a baby, AC nice, everything.
Cost?
$14 from San Ignacio to Belize City.
Do you believe because it's an e-bus, it should be cheaper?
Yeah, because the price gone up because of gas. That not affect the e-bus.
So you felt it should have been cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good experience. All right, moving on quick. NEBL. Listen, man, people take sports seriously in this country. Want to turn this thing into another political, or I don't even know if it's political, but they have turned an EBL into another mess. How many iterations of this league have we had? BBL, whatever, all the names we've gone through. They keep changing names and they keep returning to the same thing. I'll just make this quick. You know, they had a dispute between two teams. Can we show the original flyers? Original flyer, yeah. So that game was to happen on April 25th. It didn't happen because of a dispute over the roster of the San Pedro Tiger Sharks.
Oh, okay.
So that game was never played. Now they should have played it on a protest. So the league made a decision to say, all right, well, 200 never play. Dangriga, you should have played it on a protest. That was the procedure, but you didn't do that. You decided not to play, so you get 0 points and next team gets 0 points. Good. So show the letter. So a decision was made on May 4th and reiterated on May 15th. Right? A decision was made, and that decision is in the letter there. We can see, zoom into on the scored part, quickly, please. The decision was made. Courtney, read it.
The game was
Please.
declared a forfeiture for both teams, and 0 points were awarded accordingly. As such, that game will not be rescheduled for play.
That game unsigned by the NEBL legal office. Good. But then, and another letter was sent saying the same thing on May 15th. Then on May 19th, show that text message, guys. Show that text message right there. Following last night's meeting of team owners, that the rematch game between both teams will be played next week, Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Then so they made a decision, reinforced it twice, and then made a reversal. Listen, this is a serious league. There's $100,000 at the end of it.
Yo.
We've had the commissioner sit here, Leroy Banner. Leroy, you need to get your house in order on to turn this thing simple. A lot of teams will revolt against this, so another league will disintegrate into chaos. I am saying there is now a pattern in the preponderance of leagues we have seen post-COVID. There have been, I think we're now on to our fourth league, or third going on to fourth league. All these iterations, and still the same infighting and misgovernance. Let us be clear, that is misgovernance. When you make a decision and then you reverse it, that is misgovernance. And that first decision was the right decision, according to the FIBA statutes as I know them. Just an observer, but in my time, a very unskilled basketball player, I will have you know. Very.
We've seen you.
I was among them. All right, so yeah, they need to fix that up. Total mess. You see, I'm saying that it's not just entertainment, it's not just ego tripping. Sports is an avenue for young people.
Yeah.
Right? Sports it's aspirational. I don't turn this into a power struggle with the same nonsense, man. That's what annoys me about it. That at the end of the day, these are young men playing. Right? Young men having dreams that they want to go play Pan Civic. And because of your misgovernance, only turn it into just another puppet show. Moving on, quickly.
Another shooting on.
Oh, man.
Next
You know,
zone.
I'm just saying that we have an SOE declared. I understand the nature of violence. It's very difficult to suppress. There are too many guns. This person was not killed. This person was shot. We're very grateful he survived, but we can see him entering his gate there, and we'll cut it shortly after he comes on a fire. I don't want to get into that, but I'm just saying, you say the gunman run into his yard. This happened in the Janosha area, fired on him. He somehow escaped with his life. He was shot multiple times. He did survive and he escaped with his life. But I'm just saying, this is another SOE zone. There have been 3 murders and this serious shooting in an SOE zone. I understand crime is difficult. There are so many guns out there. But I am concerned that the new regime in the Ministry of Home Affairs does not see the LIU, the Leadership Intervention Unit, as did his predecessor, which is a Belize City-based politician, Karim Musa. And I think Mr. Musa, while certainly the management of the LIU has never been optimal because we understand what the LIU does. It gives a weekly salary to persons who are gang adjacent or gang affiliated to give them an alternative to crime. But there is nothing in this world that politicians will not misuse for political advantage. The same thing that we speak about with Mitch, that same thing applies across the board, right? PUDP, that's the culture.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I won't say that it has been optimally operated and run, but it's an important intervention program. And this constant escalation, well, I know it's not easy to contain because there's so many guns out there. But greater, I don't know that the LIU is as in step with the police department as it previously was because we have a Minister of Home Affairs. I believe he's from Belmopan. And I don't think he's as interested in it. That's the vibe I get based on information. So, yeah. And then quickly, in closing, guys, because we've been here way too long, forgive me. I just want to send respect to Aaron Humes, our colleague. He passed away very sadly, 1/4 block from here in his home. And, you know, his funeral is set for Thursday. At 1 p.m. at Wesley Church, right here, our neighborhood church. I just want to say that Aaron was one of the most special minds I've ever seen in this field. He had an incredible brain, incredible set of references, incredible recall. He was just a genius of a person. He really was. You know, he didn't work here. He worked at other media houses where he was a prolific producer. But Aaron told us in the media some years ago that, you know, he'd already had a very scary encounter at the KHMH with his health, where he was having some congestive issues, it seemed. And, you know, it's tough. It's tough. Courtney, you know this job. You know that we don't eat good.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of times you just grab anything on the road.
Yeah.
And I really, to see him die at 39 as a neighbor, as a colleague, and as someone I had a lot of, whose skill, incredible writer, very fast, and his courage, Aaron Humes, if you put a mic in a hand, will do a stand-up for you right now. Right? Aaron Humes will take on any story, big or small. His courage, his confidence were exceptional. He was not the most socially graceful person. Neither am I. But and because of my lack of social grace, I lack in confidence. You know, I'm not somebody who, anyway, I'm just saying, I don't want to get into my own psychosis, but Aaron was exceptional. His courage was exceptional. His skill was exceptional. He will be missed. His contribution was great. Respect Aaron Humes. Thank you very much, guys. My goodness.
I need to kick you off, yes.
Please, we have so many guests. I apologize for my own stupidity, but it's been happening too much.
Thank you so much, Jules. Drink your water, relax, and unwind. We have a beautiful sunrise, and I hear it's courtesy of Courtney today.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So
awesome.
It's a sunrise that I took. I ran the cancer walk.
Ah, nice.
On Saturday. Yeah,
Wow.
so, you know, we got to see the sunrise, early
Awesome.
morning run, 8 miles, 7.8 actually.
Look at you, girl. Get
Take
it.
after a boss.
Ooh,
I
okay.
drove it.
You drove? I just want to say,
Yeah.
you run it?
I drove it. Was exhausting.
So with that, guys, we're going to go to our first commercial break. When we're back, we're diving into exciting conversations ranging from an upcoming art exhibit to talking about the Youth Popular Front to talking about Beltrade and what's going on with their road show. Stay tuned for all of that and so much.
Ishmael is here? Is that him? I was wondering who the good-looking
listening to
gentleman
you.
was.
He was
He
listening.
was suffering through me.
Let's go to our commercial break and we'll be right back, guys.
In Belize, some things aren't explained. They're passed down. Not because they're tradition, but because they've proven they work. When you work hard for what you have, you learn to protect it. And when the time comes, you pass that responsibility forward. Every generation faces new beginnings, but the choices that matter most are built on trust. For decades, Belizean families have relied on one place to protect their homes, their vehicles, and the lives they're building. When trust is passed down, you know it's been earned. For Belizean families, that trust has a name. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sharice Halsell,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening with your news and the bureaucrat.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
In Belize, some things aren't explained. They're passed down. Not because they're tradition, but because they've proven they work. When you work hard for what you have, you learn to protect it. And when the time comes, you pass that responsibility forward. Every generation faces new beginnings, but the choices that matter most are built on trust. For decades, Belizean families have relied on one place to protect their homes, their vehicles, and the lives they're building. When trust is passed down, you know it's been earned. For Belizean families, that trust has a name. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
And we are back, Boozlers. Just before the break, we had 9 couch topics with beef and everything with Jews and baby beef all combined together as one. Baby beef was very much on good behavior today for some reason I saw. But we dive into exciting conversations because Friday is having things happen for you in an art exhibit, and we get to find out all the details. But let's introduce who's on our couch today. We have Mr. Kirkland Smith, who is a teacher for all of this art, and I'm sure one of the mastermind behind putting all of this stuff together. Good morning, Mr. Kirk. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling quite energetic, I want to say.
You're energetic.
I'm excited about a week.
Yeah.
Better be excited than, overwhelmed.
And we're never going to find out all the details behind why the excitement is here. And then, of course, in the middle, we have Ms. Zaya Bizar. She's one of the students, one of the artistic minds behind this exhibit too. And then we have Jakim Sutar Smith, who's another student, artistic mind. Good morning to both of you guys.
Good morning.
On a young, so I just want to energy level from 1 to 10. 10 being like, I really threw the roof. 1 being like, they should have left me home, make a sleep a little longer. Where are we at?
Like a 7.
Yo, that's not bad. Zaya, you?
Like a 6.
A 6. She's like, she's struggling. I'm here, present. But yes, we have this amazing art exhibit. Let's talk a little bit about, this is not the first time we're doing an art exhibit.
No, it's not.
So let's talk about the idea behind what this one is supposed to bring to persons that are coming.
Right, our exhibition on Friday is our 2nd annual for the It's at STEAM Academy.
Okay.
And our purpose is to showcase what the students have created, not only in fine art, but across the other courses. Okay. So we're showcasing art pieces that include paintings, drawings, graphic works, and 3D work. So
nice.
It's fine arts, it's maker, it's digital. So it's a combination of the courses that we're putting in the public to view, no? So that's something that we look forward to. And the title of the exhibition is Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis and Creativity Beyond Limits. So that's the theme. And it's not, I didn't come up with that. No, it's the students came up with that. So I did a survey and asked them what they think should be the theme of the exhibition. So this is student driven, right? Okay. It's their voice in action here. And we have 2 students here, two different generations of students. This is a first farmer, 2 different experience. She's the first farm level where just getting into this team. This team experience. And then we have almost like a veteran, right? In all of this.
Yeah, because you've been doing it for 3 years. Well, more because, of course, you have your dad there. But in the school setting, I could imagine the different experiences. So let's get that out so people get excited about coming to this art exhibition. So I'm going to ask you first, as the first farmer, what has been the experience like coming into this art world and being able to express yourself?
It was very different from what I was doing before. And I feel like I just got to express myself more openly and incorporate my personality more into my schoolwork rather than like the traditional setting of school I was doing before.
Is the art at It's at the main reason you chose to go there?
No, but it was a nice addition.
Nice. Okay. And so I saw Kirk said that like a lot of different art. What kind of pieces are you going to be having at this exhibition?
It's a combination of all of them.
Oh, really? Oh, so I thought I don't know, in my mind, I thought you guys were not, all you're just going to do all the painting, you're going to be doing, so there's a little bit of every single thing.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. And in painting is one of them. Mm-hmm. She's working on a nice piece that she's going to finish before Friday, so we can put it
so we don't have all the pieces, we still work on it?
Yes, we're working on it. We're working on it. Because it's a part of their summative. It's part of the end of the year production for the school. Mm-hmm. And what they have done throughout the semester, throughout the school year. So it's something that is, some are new, so everything that we are displaying are new. So it's from this year's production.
And can people buy the art just randomly? Just thinking here.
You know, we that is one of the areas we want to tap into. Or we can just create like a micro creative economy for the school that can partner with different businesses and different people around where we could say, if you want to buy it, then you could, work with some. Yeah.
I just think, like, imagine Jackie worked so hard on his piece and somebody said, I want to buy this, money come up, right? Nobody mixed with that yet. So I'm going to bring Jackie into the conversation. Doing this for 3 years and, of course, beyond, how has been this experience for this exhibit been for you thus far? What are you looking forward to it?
Well, it is always a nice and rich experience to express yourself through our artworks and by the pieces that we'll create. So it's nice being a part of this and being one of the main students behind this, while also creating the name. I was one behind Metamorphosis.
Oh, nice.
So it's very nice to be a part of this.
So now I have to pick a brain. Yeah.
Why did you choose that name?
Well, in the context of our art exhibition, Metamorphosis explores the theme of transformation, showing how people, ideas, or our nature changes over time.
Yeah.
So through the artworks that we'll be showcasing, we will reflect growth, struggle, as well as becoming something new.
Okay.
So it is a great way for different students to express and communicate their thoughts to other people.
Nice. So is there a specific piece, and I'm going to ask you both this question, is there a specific piece that you're most proud of, or like if you'd want me, for when you come, please check out this piece? Because there's several pieces you guys have. So is there a specific one that you worked really hard on, or that was the most difficult one to get there? Or does all of them are easy, or all of them are hard, all of them had their own special plan with them? I said it, think.
So much pieces to select from.
I would want to say probably all.
Oh, okay.
That's a safe answer.
It's different to the different subjects we have, like science, maker, digital art. So it's nice to show like the different stuff that we have behind them.
Okay.
But is there a method that you prefer?
At least we could try that.
I'd say drawing.
Okay.
Drawing.
And you?
Zaya?
I like drawing and painting.
Drawing and painting.
Anything on canvas.
Those are easy. The 3D ones?
We do either the construction in Maker, or they use the 3D printer to print their work. So it's a combination where they use the laser cutter to cut out their pieces. Right? So it's really it's a combination, and what you're seeing here with the students is a transition. So I think the team really fit it, because then we're seeing how the students are changing from first form to third. Right? So there's a transition from when they came in fresh and new, freshmen, out of a setting where into something new, right? So STEAM focus is really new in Belize, and we're really building up that foundation there. And then now in third form, you're seeing how they have transitioned. They have changed into, I don't know what I'm doing here. What is the experience here? It's very new. I might be very overwhelmed when it comes to what the expectations are. And then when you go to, by the time you reach third form, you see there's a change. Because then they realize that the skills that they learn in fine art and habits that they learn in fine art is not just for fine art, right? These things are transversal. It shows up in other areas of their studies, and we see it. That's why it's a combination of different courses.
Nice. So for persons that are listening right now and they're excited to be a part of this, where are they supposed to go? Is there any cost? And who's actually invited to this exhibit?
Right, this is a family event, and it's open to the public, and it is free.
We love free.
So we won't charge for entrance. We're going to launch it at the Belize Art Gallery at the Bliss Institute on Friday at 6 p.m. So we have a small opening ceremony at 6 p.m. and then from there, between 6 and 8 p.m. we'll showcase the pieces that have been, mounted.
And will it be up for like a extended, like people come on a weekend and check it out too?
Normally with the Bliss, I think the work will be up like 1 or 2 weeks.
Okay.
It will be 1 or 2 weeks.
So just in case, for some reason, you live on that rock and you have to miss this one, you can still go back and check out to see the amazing work that these students are doing. Because I'm sure they worked extremely hard and putting all their heart and soul, like I said, creativity coming out and all of this. So come out and support them. And we'll work on the commission, right? Where we can pay
Oh, yes,
them.
yes.
Because I'm just thinking, imagine you work so hard on a piece and somebody wants it so much that they were willing to pay for that. That's a nice feeling.
That's a nice experience for them too. Because then it's part of the community partnership that we want to develop between not only our schools and different collaborators and partners in the wider private and business sector, government sector, public sector. So it's something that we are working on, right? Baby steps along the way, right? So last year was the first exhibition. This year we want to put that logistics and put that plan in to have something there. And if you come to the launch on Friday at 6 p.m., then you have a snack that you can, we have snacks available.
Feed your Annie free.
Yes. So if you come after that, then we don't have no snacks.
While supplies last.
Right.
But definitely people can enjoy. As we're coming to the end of this segment, I'd love to invite both of you to just maybe give the last final push for persons to welcome them to come and showcase, to see what you guys have to showcase. I'm sure all of your colleagues, your students, your classmates are able to express themselves. But give the lastly welcome to the people out there why they have to come this Friday, May 29th at 6 p.m. at the Bliss. Free and free snacks. So, Jakim?
Well, I think it's a great experience for different friends and families to come see that the hard work that we've put into different artworks that will be showcased. And obviously you said it's free. We have free snacks, so that'll be a great addition to it as well.
Excellent. Zaya?
It's open to everyone, and so if art is something that you're interested in seeing, it's welcome that you come.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking about younger students to come and get inspired and see, what
especially people thinking of what high school they want to go to.
I was going to say that. Yeah, like if you're thinking about what high school to go, this is a good opportunity to see what ITSAT is about and what we're doing and how we are displaying the works that they have produced across the courses, not just fine art. It's an art exhibition, but it's also about the other courses as well.
Excellent. So come out, guys, this Friday, May 29th, Bliss Institute at 6 p.m. Free entrance, free food. They're going to have all the great stuff, and you get to enjoy all the hard work from all of these students at ITSAT Academy. So with that, we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back with more exciting conversations. Stay tuned.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherise Halsell,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, ensuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, ensuring you from life's unexpected.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
And we are back, Boozlers. Did you miss us? We are excited because we have another dynamic conversation, and it's all things youth and where we can fill in gaps and all the great stuff under the sun. Before the break, we had a great conversation with It's at Academy about their art exhibit, youth-centered, and of course, they're going to be having that on this Friday at the Bliss Institute at 6 p.m. Free food, free entrance. Come out and enjoy, young people. But now we go into our next young person conversation, and we're joined here on the couch with Kerrick Samuels, who is the Executive Public Relations Officer for the Youth Popular Front. Good morning, Kerrick. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great, ladies. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, because we always love to have conversations about young people, how, you know, other young people are seeing the scene out there, how we can bridge the gaps, because policymakers, program makers, other youth groups listen to these conversations, and I think it also helps them to kind of garner what's happening on the scene, which is always important to have.
Yeah, it is.
So you come in, you know, with a wealth of different experience working with young people from, you know, different areas. Talk to us a little bit about what has been your outlook for young people, and, you know, what is the scene? What are some of the struggles that they're facing, and how, of course, we can be able to meet those gaps?
Okay, well, one of the major experiences that I've had was working at the Ministry of Health and Wellness for over 10 years. And I was working in treatment and rehab for individuals that are misusing controlled substances. So anybody that would be misusing drugs would come to me, and a lot of them were young people. And when they're sent, you know, to my office, they have this tendency to feel as if they're being, you know, lashed, or they're being scolded, or they're being written off by the world. So that was my major experience, because it allowed me to understand that these young people go through so much. I've had conversations with young men and young women that don't have good relationships with their mother and their father, and I've brought in their father and their mother, and we've tried to bridge the gap and worked on healthy communication. And I feel like it has helped a lot of them. So we have a huge gap when it comes to young people being, you know, looked at as not being important, or looked at as not being integral voice in change in our community and in our country. And I do believe it's very important for us to look at them and rate them, you know, like we have to give them the ratings. So that's what I enjoy, being around them. I've done a lot of different speeches. I've even represented the ministry, you know, outside of the country. I've been to La Paz, Bolivia, for them representing, just speaking about substance misuse and the importance for us to engage young people, because majority of our population is young people, like you guys, you know. So we have to engage them. A lot of times what we do is that we feel like if somebody, we see our child got caught vaping or got caught doing something that they're not supposed to do, that it's the end of the world, that they will be this person for the rest of their lives, when in reality, all of us have made mistakes in our lives. All of us. So it's not about the mistakes that we've made. It's about how we could bounce back and learn from those mistakes to be better individuals, right? So that's something that I enjoy a lot.
I know you just recently had a great career day conversation. Talk to us a little bit about that and, engaging with these young people.
It was an amazing experience because I was able to talk to the Standard 6 class. A lot of them already got their acceptance letters from numerous high schools. It was St. John's Anglican Primary School. And it was an amazing experience because I asked them a lot of questions. I posted something on my Facebook, but I even have interviews, some more interviews in which I did with them. And I feel like it's important when you go into these schools to ask these young people questions so you understand how they take their thought process. And a lot of them were talking about, just being accepted to their favorite high school that they always dream to be at. Some of them were talking about the need in their community. They feel for more access for young people to have, land, houses, and food, because they say a lot of homeless individuals don't have those things. And young people don't think how a lot of other people think. Adults don't think how young people think. In majority of the times, we look at things as black and white, but young people look at the shades of gray, so they look at it with an open mind. I've even had, I asked one of them about what would she tell somebody else that is in Standard 5, going to Standard 6, what advice would she give them? And she was like, just to hang in there, just realize that you could do anything you put your mind to, stuff like that. So it's just an experience in which I realized that engaging these young people is very important. And not also engaging them, but to also allow them to have a voice that matters. When we were doing the interviews, before we even did it, I asked them, I said, are you guys comfortable doing some interviews? And they were like, yes. So I have a clipping in which when I was about to ask them question, all of them were crowding me and say, wait, let us sit down. So we have to realize that our young people have an opinion, our young people have a voice, and our young people are supposed to be utilized, not just, this young person, take a picture with this young person. Take a picture with this young person, but give this young person a say in their narrative as well.
Right. So, having worked with, so many young people in the past and having cultivated all of this knowledge, moving forward, do you have any plans of, how to use this knowledge to help young people and also how to recruit other persons who have made it out of the trenches in your fight to allowing other young people to make it out as well?
I appreciate that question. That's a great question. Because I do believe that as a leader and an advocate, I've always been engaged. Renata could tell you, I have the Kerwick Samuels Foundation. I've been up here before speaking about different initiatives that we have done and giving back. And from those initiatives, like I remember the Christmas toy drive that we were doing, Renata was actually the MC. And we did an excellent job to engage a lot of young people. We gave out up to about 240 to 250 gifts to those young people. And it's not about just the gifts, but the conversations that they had with you, like, sir, when we do this again? Like, this is fun. And they were young. And we were able to mobilize other young people. We had teenagers. We had a teenager that was Santa Claus. They were fighting about who would be Santa Claus. So just to be able to let these young people have a voice and look at their situation and say, you know what? I could do this too, allows them to make it out of the trenches, allows them to be able to use their strengths. So I do believe that from that, I've learned a lot. I'm hoping that I could be able to step into a leadership position in which I'm able to shape more policies that allows young people to have more access to a lot of different things, especially more access to more sporting activities that run, continuously, not a one-time thing or once in a blue moon type thing, but something that we could have every weekend, because our young people are active, they want to be engaged, and something that is free of cost for them. Also, I do believe it's important for young people to have access to healthy a healthy environment, and that starts even from school.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you go at the schools and you see a lot of the young people sitting down on the ground having their lunch. And that's an issue for me. You know, I believe that's something that needs to be addressed, because how can you expect me to go into my class and really function if when I have a break to eat my lunch, I have to sit on the side and eat my lunch on the ground? And it's not because they don't have benches, it's just because they have limited amount of space for these young people to sit. And this is where I believe that we should start to look at.
Awesome. And in terms of also the YPF, I know you're not talking about that or going into details because you want, other members, but in terms of YPF, how has that grown in this way to further assist young people?
Okay, well, I am currently the executive public relations officer for the Youth Popular Front. That is the youth arm for the United Democratic Party. And the amazing thing is that we started off with a little bit of us, and now we have so many representatives from different constituencies and different districts. And these young people are highly engaged, and we have different group chats, and some of them would message in the group chat, give us advice, tell us, like, we saw you doing this, we saw you doing this, can you focus on this, or can you talk about this? So when you see us doing speeches and things like that, it's because it's a collective voice. Individuals actually submit their information too. And the young people within the YPF, they have a lot of them that not only are young, but a lot of them are professionals, and a lot of them that want to do a lot of different things in their community and are doing different things in their community. So I believe that it's a beautiful experience. We will be probably coming back here with more members speaking about their individualistic experience. But I do believe that we're doing a great job as it relates to just what we need to get done and how we need the young people to help to make it possible.
Right. And if other people want to join in, how can they reach out? And
well, we have a Facebook page, and a lot of them would message on the Facebook page because they could message directly to the Facebook page. A lot of them would say, how can we join? Some of them would send stories, experiences. So our Facebook page is always open. You could also contact me directly, because I deal with the Facebook page and I could, engage more sometimes. So my WhatsApp number would be 629-4395. That's 629-4395. And they could always WhatsApp us and give us the reason why they would want to be a part of it and how they could help. Because we like to ask, like, what's your strength? What do you want to contribute? Because it's not something that, oh, you're my friend, come in. We need to know what makes you want to be a part of the movement too.
All right, good. And as we start to wrapping up, is there anything final you would want to say?
Well, I would like to say big up to all of the young people that always tune into your show. Big up to the young people that are tuning right now. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't heard it for today, I want all of the young people to know that I am proud of them. They're doing amazing things within their community. Your parents are proud of you. Your siblings are proud of you. And you have a long list of things that you could do. You have a purpose and you could do amazing things. Don't give up. Just keep focused and just keep doing your thing. You're appreciated.
And what would you say to people who maybe they're looking for ways, like, a lot of people, I think that when you help other people or you do something for your community, it's how you feel most fulfilled. A lot of people are walking around a little purposeless, a little lost, not sure what to do. What would you say to those people to get involved in literally anything?
Well, it's just simply when you will have a moment in your life, and I believe everybody has a moment in their life in which they sit back and they say, you know what can I do? You ask yourself that. All of us have done that. We've seen, issues like national issues that trigger us to want to do something, that strike a nerve. So when that moment comes, I encourage them to act on that moment, to use that moment for good. It could be something small. It doesn't have to be something huge. An act of kindness a day is an amazing start. It could be, you could tell a young person that you see walking down the street to simply, put your sister on the inside, young man. Or young man, I like to see your uniform, you look sharp, nice haircut, or young lady, nice shoes, just to make them feel good. Or you're smart. I just want you to know you're smart, even if you're riding your bike. you know, something different. It starts with the smallest things, and that encourages young people in their mind to do the same.
Awesome, good.
Definitely.
Well,
I put the contact for the Youth Popular Front here, the Facebook page, and of course, the WhatsApp for Kerwick in the chat for persons that are listening and they want to be a part, they're interested and so forth, they want more information. You can always message in. You know, like Courtney said, some people are walking around purposeless, trying to figure out what's the next thing, what can I get involved in, and maybe this is the front for you, maybe this is the group for you that you can be supported, you can have your ideas come out, and you can be able to work towards a greater good. So putting it in there for you guys to reach out. And again, thank you so much, Kerwick.
Thank you guys for having me.
This is my big brother, guys. We didn't mention it, and I was like, I'm gonna let him talk and everything, but very proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm glad for you to come up and reach and bridge the gap for the young persons out there. So for persons out there, again, that want to be able to connect, want to be able to have those conversations and be able to follow up on how young people can really be mainstreamed in society and supported properly, given leadership roles and not just tokenism.
Right.
You know, we should definitely try to push towards that. But thank you so much, Kerwick, for being here.
Thank you.
And with that, guys, we're going to go to our next commercial break. And when we're back, we have one last conversation to dive into about Bell Trade and their roadshow and all the excitement that's coming with that. Stay tuned.
In Belize, some things aren't explained. They're passed down. Not because they're tradition, but because they've proven they work. When you work hard for what you have, you learn to protect it. And when the time comes, you pass that responsibility forward. Every generation faces new beginnings, but the choices that matter most are built on trust. For decades, Belizean families have relied on one place to protect their homes, their vehicles, and the lives they're building. When trust is passed down, you know it's been earned. For Belizean families, that trust has a name. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't a
We're
monopoly
navigating
plan.
along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Kelso.
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indira Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Boozlers, it's me again. And we are super back and we're excited because just before the break, we had a really great conversation talking about bridging the gap between young people, understanding their needs and seeing what could be put in place sometimes, and just having them believe in themselves, complimenting them, and just supporting and encourage them. With my big brother, Kirk Samuels. And then now we move into our next conversation, just as exciting because, you know, Beltrade always does it big and they're very inclusive of making sure that we're taking this all across the country with their annual road show, the MSME road show that's coming up very soon. And so here we have on the couch, no stranger to Sunup on 7,
Thank you.
Ishmael Quiros, who's the executive director of Beltrade. Good morning, Ish. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. Great to be here.
We're excited to have this conversation. Can we get all the details so people can prepare themselves? And of course, we have here on the couch Jorge Gento, who's the manager of Small Business Development Center. Good morning, Jorge.
Hi,
How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you for having us here.
Thank you guys for making the time because we want to make everybody be on their feet and be ready to go and support and see all the great stuff. But for somebody that's living under a rock for some reason and they don't understand what is a roadshow, what's happening with MSME, what's happening, talk to us a little bit about the idea of what this really means for Belizeans, for entrepreneurs out there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Renata, for having us. And yes, this is why we're here, to have more people be aware of the upcoming National MSME Roadshow. The Roadshow is a nationwide initiative that is designed to empower micro, small, and medium enterprises, aspiring entrepreneurs, small business owners, with tools, with information, with opportunities. And so the idea is to take a 3-day program of capacity building right across the country. So we're in 10 destinations. In this, our 3rd edition, so it happens every 2 years, in between our Belize Investment Summits. So this year is very special because it's the National MSME Roadshow year. And the idea is to have a boot camp style training opportunity on day 1. On day 2 is a formalization clinic or event. And day 3 is an expo opportunity.
Nice.
So it's a great platform for networking, for growth, for capacity building, and just really having more people across the country be aware of your business and what you're producing in your community.
And how many MSMEs are participating, or is it still open for?
It is absolutely open.
Okay.
You know, we really want as many people as possible to participate. We do have some exciting incentives for this edition, which George will give you a bit more information about. But yeah, it's open to everybody, and we want people to come on out and participate.
So tell us all the incentives. I don't think he don't give
You
me
left me with
incentives.
the good part.
This big cliffhanger, like now we need to know.
No, the very inspiring overview from Executive Director Quiros, and thank you very much. It certainly is an exciting activity. As mentioned, it is one that's done under collaboration, and we have a lot of agencies, both public and private, coming together in reference to doing this. So it's not being done in isolation. This is an initiative by the government of Belize through the Office of the Prime Minister, and we have Beltrade, along with the EDC and IPCU unit, along with several other agencies, which we'll mention in a few as well. But we have, again, the idea of it is, and I always keep it to why, is to help people.
Yeah.
To help people being able to learn, share information, being able to have accessibility of information across the 10 locations. And one of the access as well is access to finance. As mentioned, we have several opportunities where we will be connecting them with financial institutions who will be participating, additionally to different formalization agencies who will be there as well. So being able to register your business, our friends from the BCCAR are always there positively helping us and collaborating with us in different activities. We'll be bringing some of these agencies that you see around the national entrepreneurship ecosystem to one stop, to every stop of the roadshow. So again, as I mentioned, there will be capacity building, there will be access to finance through different programs, either it be through connecting through financial institutions or through a grants program. And I know we've spoken of this before, DBED, which is the Digital Innovation to Boost Economic Development in Belize grant program, which is a grant program for digitalizing enterprises and being able to invest into hardware, software, for the purpose of digitalizing.
Really necessary.
Yes. So the theme of the roadshow leading up onto different activities, which we'll speak a little bit after too, is looking at digital transformation. And it's very important to note that it's fueled by information that we get from small businesses.
Nice.
We've designed a curriculum or a program of 5 different topics that look at how can we take business and be able to, one, equip them with knowledge and information for them to digitalize. And as I mentioned, other activities within the program itself are done with collaboration. We have a lot of agencies participating. And again, it's quite a lot. It's 3 days of program, but we're looking forward to being able to take this on all of these services from all the agencies to every location and give access to MSMEs.
So I know you mentioned before that, it's for people that are also not registered. So for businesses out there that are like, they've had an idea for a while, they can be able to register for this, come in, and they can literally get registered and go through the entire boot camp and expo and everything and be finished by the end of the day. Well, end of the 3 days boot camp after that.
Yes, absolutely. So you can have just an idea, or you can be an existing business already in operations, but perhaps not yet registered. Even if you're already registered, you're able to participate. The idea is to just really equip yourselves with knowledge, with skills, with a refresher for those who might already be operational. But just to emphasize that, so as I mentioned, this is the 3rd edition of the Roadshow, but what we're doing differently this time is to have a refreshed curriculum, as George mentioned, that is very relevant to the needs of the entrepreneurs. So we have exposure to digital marketing using AI. There is the financial literacy aspect of things, right? Budgeting, pricing. Even customer service,
important.
And just really we have listened, and we're keeping monitoring the trends, the relevant topics, and so the idea is really to deliver relevant, timely training on topics that are very important.
And I love that you said this is what was requested. So it's not like, oh, you're reinventing it or saying, they might need this, it seems relevant. Like they actually asked for all these things and you're putting it together in a package. Will they walk away with something like a digital package that they can have all the lessons? Because I'm just also thinking about with school and everything, you're learning and you learn a topic, but then maybe you miss something. So do they have like packages that they can walk away to?
That usually is the case, where we usually would provide them with a book guide. In this case, we're trying to digitalize. We're at the point of digitalizing. So again, we will have a resource folder with them. So they'll be able to have all the material from all the 5 topics, additionally with other workbooks or information guides that we have. So they'll be able to have all of that package.
And just to mention, participation is absolutely free.
That was my next question. I was like, oh.
It's absolutely free, but you're able to walk away with templates, with tools that can help you really think through your business, your idea, and have a business plan at the end of it.
Which is ultimately the most important thing for businesses to be able to grow, to understand more from there. For persons that are listening and they're understanding that, okay, I want to be in this, you said 10 locations. Let's talk a little bit about where we're going to be so people can be able to plan themselves accordingly.
Okay, so we have the upcoming launch, which is on June 24th, 25th, and 26th, and that's going to be in San Ignacio, Santa Elena, the Twin Towns, at the Octavia Waite Center. So that's going to be the launch on the Thursday. So traditionally, we have a Thursday, Friday, Saturday activity, and we have then 10 locations across, which looks at all the municipalities. And again, we're going to also the Keys. So we will be in San Pedro and as well Key Cocker, which is very important for us to mention that because we always get a quite high interest and participation. And again, a couple months ago, we were at the MSME Tax Amnesty, and you can see, again, participation from these different locations. So strategically, as I mentioned, we are at all the municipalities. And again, as I mentioned, going back to collaboration, we're doing this with the municipalities, with the town councils, with the city councils, in the case of Keycocker, with the village council, to be able to, again, have them be co-ambassadors of promoting this to their network of small businesses and bringing them together, taking them out on that day and having them be able to access some of this information. We're doing a lot when it comes to taking all of these agencies to the locations.
I could imagine.
So, and again, we're very pleased to say that a lot of the agencies, they also provide services to small businesses. So they also promote that they'll be going there too.
So it's like all over. You can pay faster, basically.
So how do businesses sign up?
Okay, so we have the sign up already available. You can sign up to join your specific location, but depending on, again, we're working with MSMEs, so we're very flexible in reference to participation. You might be able to participate in another location if you're not. Additionally, there is the third day, which looks at the Buy Belizean Expo, and I know my executive director gets excited of this. He's truly an ambassador in reference to buying from small businesses, and you can also, if you're an exhibitor, you can sign up for your specific location, but also to other locations, which again triggers the idea of wanting to access new markets for small businesses. So you might be operating from Orindra, but you've never experienced or you want to probably go into the western part of the country. Again, this is an opportunity for you to be able to sign up. And again, we provide tents, tables, chairs. You just need to go there, promote yourself, and sell products or services. And again, this connects you to the access to new markets. And I'll pass it on to our executive director in what the Buy Belizean Expo is, because I know I usually see him
excited. No, I mean, the point is that Belizeans produce really great products. You know, we have small businesses right across the country who produce really exciting new high quality products, and we want more people to be aware and more people to support. We particularly want to target our tourism, operators, either the managers, the owners of resorts and hotels, to be aware of what is being produced in their communities, right?
So they
buy
can
from them.
Yes.
Exactly. Can you imagine the soaps, the candles, the handicraft, the paintings, the art, even, musical services, kind of thing, entertainment, right from within their communities. That enriches our tourism product. And so we're proactively reaching out to those types of stakeholders to get them to be aware. And of course, especially the third day of the roadshow is just this great opportunity to connect. And not only to connect with potential customers, but also to connect with other small businesses. I think when an entrepreneur realizes that they're not there alone, running, it's a headache running a small business.
It is.
But when you realize that there is this network that you can foster and connect with other small businesses, you can learn from them. You can cross-pollinate. You can enrich your product. You can tap into new markets. And so it's just such a great opportunity.
I'm loving it. And for persons out there, just piggyback off the idea that you were saying previously, you can go and do your own pop-up. I call it pop-up, but it's because most people think of it like a pop-up, right?
Yes.
From Corozal to go to Cayo, to go to in the Keys, and I think this is an exceptional idea where they can be able to mix together. Question, because I'm just the thought came in my mind now. In the case somebody wouldn't be able to do, could they be like if I wanted to do my business and I do the first Thursday in one place, but then I do the Friday in somewhere else, and then I do a pop-up somewhere else to mix it up. I'm just saying in that idea. That I'm just thinking about people that
We're
maybe
very flexible and again welcoming to participation. So as I mentioned, it might just be that because of their schedule, they're not able to partake, and again they miss. And again, it's based on their flexibility. We've had entrepreneurs actually in the past visit all the expos. And they almost become ambassadors where they look at and again, I love to highlight some, but again, in the past, we've had them join all the locations of the expos. And
so you can do that too.
Yeah, there's flexibility.
You could make a road show with you.
Exactly. And very importantly, something that we're doing differently this time around is really working together with the municipalities, with the mayors and the chairs of, in the case of villages, to work with them for what works best for their community. Sometimes, a day workshop might not work for the people in that community because they're working.
Yeah, I was thinking about that aspect because I know you guys mentioned like Thursday and so.
Yes.
Like, is there a time where you can go down in the afternoon?
So there is flexibility in terms of by destination. And we're even, looking at night markets in the case of some destinations where that's popular. Like we know the Belmopan. I hail from Belmopan, is my adopted city.
Belmopan has an amazing
their night market is so good.
So we want to complement that and to partake in that to just really make it that much more impactful, that much more, significant.
I love that. So definitely people out there that are listening, there's a great opportunity to collaborate with other businesses. I'm hoping to see, like, because I love that you mentioned you're talking to the different hotels and so forth to see if they can be able to partner with the businesses.
That's correct.
So you need to come out and show your best also, so that they can see what they can be able to market and take into their own destination.
Yeah.
It's about creating a destination for our locals as well as the people that are coming in.
Absolutely.
So putting that together.
And additionally, leaving it out there for agencies who probably have not participated in the past with us because of their schedules. And if they would want to participate now, and again, they have services to offer to small businesses and they would want to promote that, again, we welcome, let's give us a call, let's collaborate, and we can definitely have space for you to be part of the second day, which is a formalization clinic. And again, we have about almost 20 different agencies, both public, private, financial institutions. We have business support organizations. We have a list of different stakeholders that would usually go with us. But as I mentioned, if in the past they have not, and you're hearing us now, please feel free to reach out.
So there's still space?
Yes, there's still space. We have large venues that we get, so there is space. And as I mentioned, we would usually provide tables, chairs, and accommodate
You just show up and bring the services so people can be able to reach it.
An interesting spin-off from the previous road shows has been the clinic approach, taking services out to the people. And so, especially the company's registry and other agencies, including Social Security, the Labor Department, they see the value in collaborating, joining up to take their services out to the people.
Which is
and so that has happened, and it was largely inspired by the roadshow concept. And so this is kind of like, here we are, roadshow year, let's do it, let's jump on in. And on that point, I would also like to call to action private businesses that are out there. We are really, looking to tap into sponsorship from corporates and agencies to just really help us execute this. It's a big operation. There's a lot of moving parts, but it's aiming for success. And so we're looking forward to that partnership with the private sector as well. So whatever support you would like to jump in with through whatever sponsorship you can afford, just let us know, reach out to us at Beltrade, and we will be very happy to coordinate and respond to that.
Because you guys are going across the country, so this is perfect time to put sponsorship in, to have your logo, to know what you support for other businesses.
Exactly.
Makes sense. And again, putting in your call to be able to market the products that are going to be out there, the services that are going to be out there for persons. So for somebody, again, out there, they can just go on the Facebook page. They can find the registration link and see all the dates where you guys are going to be going. They can mix it up if they can't do one set thing. If they can't make it on the Thursday and Friday because they can't get off work, is it okay to just still come to just like a Saturday one and roadshow with you guys?
Come to all if you want, come to all.
Of them. And again, this is completely free. Just throwing it out there. Completely free for you if you are business owner that's been in the market for a while, just coming in, just had an idea. There's a space for you for every single stage towards. And we're focusing on, again, digital marketing.
Yes. We have some of the topics, and again, just to create that spark, we have digital marketing, introduction to e-commerce. We have the story behind the numbers, financial statements, learning your figures, the accounting part. We also have introduction to export. And we have a very interesting one, the art of sales and negotiation. How can I pitch my business? How can I pitch it to a financial institution? How can I pitch it to an investor? So again, so these are some of, and again, these are topics that we just didn't came up with the idea of it. We didn't put those on ChatGPT and tell us, give us a nice program. These are fueled by information. We usually have surveys that we would have after our trainings, and we would normally look at what are some of the trending topics or based on their interests, and we look at some of those and we're able to tailor this program for that.
Excellent. So you guys are in good hands. Big up to Beltrade for like really not reinventing the wheel, but working with the people to get exactly their needs, relevant needs too at that. So they're coming to an area nearby. You can go on their Facebook page and see the entire schedule. Register. Please tell a business owner out there in case they're living on their rock and they don't know what's happening. Make sure they take advantage of the opportunities that are free with resources.
You can't lose.
Provided.
You literally can't lose.
There's literally no way you can lose in this whole thing. But again, kudos to you guys and all the best on the roadshow this year.
Thank you.
With that, guys, we come to the ending of the show and this segment. So we're sending you off. We want to thank, of course, our guests from Itsal Academy. They're going to be having their art exhibition
on Friday.
This Friday, May 29th at 6 p.m. at the Belize Institute. That's also free. That's a free thing to happen.
And they have free snacks that
And they have free snacks. Well, obviously, Courtney Gwine fam. And of course, we had Kirk Samos coming in to talk about bridging the gap with young people and of course, things that they need, how you can be able to support a young person nearby you. And Belcher talking about their MSME, their national MSME roadshow that's happening right here starting June, going all the way up into August. They're going to be having a schedule out there, 10 amazing places, 3 days, free, and of course, amazing resources for you guys. You can't go wrong, guys. And we're really to get all of the good stuff today.
Yeah.
So, with that, we'll send you off on your Montabulous Monday. Join us back here tomorrow for a Tutabas Tuesday. Bye.
Ya sé lo que te manda. Nunca le diga que no al panda. Ella es la más tranquila que manda.
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up